Hey, bitch, the world is me, dates we are seeing. If you don't want me, get to know me, because you know you're for this baby. Period. First of all, before we get into this, I need you to do me a favor before we get into anything, bitch. I come into this car, but so you know we got my boat, period. Thank you. And if you never been here before, you never heard me, never seen this face, I know you ain't looking at my face right now, thank God, because I look a fucking mess. But yes, make sure you subscribe and that you're a loyal member, because we love loyal members here. I actually give free blowies a month to the top subscribers and viewers, and if you're a female, then I get you a gigolo to do it for me. Thank you. Bitch, happy motherfucking whatever motherfucking day y'all hearing this podcast on. Amen, hallelujah, girl. Let me tell you something. I'm recording this episode out of nowhere, right? Because I have been up since God knows when, bitch, super early in the motherfucking morning. I barely slept last night. I slept on the couch because my dog is sick, so I just wanted to make sure she was good. So I was like, okay, I can't lay in bed because then I'm gonna fully be knocked the fuck out, and she can't lay in my bed with me because if this bitch start throwing up, we gonna have a problem. So I said, okay, well, I'll lay out on the couch so then that way I can keep an eye on her, whatever, and I won't be super asleep. I'll be like in and out of my sleep. So that's what I did last night. So I'm super restless, but feeling pretty good. It's been a pretty productive morning. Sent my emails, made my phone calls, have did some event work and stuff, things like that, and now we're here doing our podcast. So yeah, I'm feeling pretty good this morning overall. Just a little worried because, bitch, I don't know why Miss Girl's sick. Now see, this is the problem when you have little puppies. When you have little puppies, it's always, now I don't know if I told you about last year when I rescued that puppy. Her name was Billy or whatever the case may be. Well, I named her Billy because I don't know, I just like the I was really into the song Billy Bossa Nova at the time, so I was like, oh, Billy, so cute. And I saved her. 1111, bitch, make a wish. Period. But yeah, so I saved her, rescued her, whatever the case may be, took care of her. You know, it's a very short-lived thing. She was only with me for about 4 days. She was just really sick. We saved her really sick. I guess she wasn't eating. She, you know, was coughing up blood, throwing up way too much, shitting out blood. It was very traumatic. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not really an emotional person, but that shit really fucked with my emotions. Just like the way shit was set up and the way, you know, I kept telling her, I promise I'm gonna save you, you know, something like that. So when dogs are sick, I really can't deal with it. Like, you see my dog Brody back home, when he get a little sick, a little wobbly, a little stomach hurt, a little low eyes, whatever, a little groggy, whatever the case may be, is because he be sneaking weed or whatever, you know, and I be knowing because that nigga be trying to sneak it. So you gotta keep it out of his reach because he, for some reason, love that shit. So you gotta really hide it. Now, I know, I'm pretty sure this girl didn't eat no weed. I don't know what the fuck is wrong with her, but she feeling better today because she woke up this morning running. She still don't running. Now I'm gonna take it like a klepto. Anybody want it, you can get it, come correct though. Talk about how my back when they see me is respect though. Still got the crown, so I never give an F though. Everything is wavy, I'ma hit it with the best though. Okay, stop before I get copyrighted. You're right. Anyways, I'm sorry, she just really went off in that fucking verse, Miss Onika. Where that bitch at? First of all, let's talk about, well, we gonna get into that. But yeah, so overall, I've just been kind of concerned because I don't know why she's feeling like that, but she's feeling better. She's looking better. She's acting better. I showered with her this morning and stuff. She still doesn't want to eat or drink water, but you know, whatever. I'm pretty sure she'll be fine. I'm taking care of her, making sure she gets rest. Yes. So period. And yeah, overall, I've just been really good though. It's New Year, you know. Been really just trying to focus and really take every day a step at a time, because I feel like that was something I struggled with last year, was kind of overworking myself or overstressing myself or things like that. So I'm kind of now just trying to take days one at a time, you know. At least, you know, for me, I feel like I need to, I'm really trying to incorporate, bitch, at least, you know, do something towards what the fuck you want to get done every day, you know, whether it's whatever organizing you're doing, whatever practice you're practicing, or whatever videos you edit and whatever videos you record, and whatever that the case is. I'm like, do a little bit a day, obviously, yes, but don't overwork yourself, you know. Like, if you really not feeling it, you're just really not feeling it, you know, at the end of the day. And it's like, you know, so I'm like, you know, because at the end of the day, I feel like, you know, some things are inevitable, and my success, no, you know, knock on wood, I don't want to jinx it, but I do feel like it's overall inevitable. Like, I feel like, bitch, I know what the fuck is he, you know. So I feel like, you know, do I want to continue to overstress myself and really go through it, or do I just really want to focus on, yes, doing little steps every day? Because you know, if you do 50% every day, that's better than doing one day 100%. You know, like, you know, if you 1 or 2 days a week, you're like, okay, well, I did this, and every other day of the week you just turn and not doing nothing. It's like, okay, whatever. That's great for you, but that's not really doing anything. You feel me? Because you're just having 1 or 2 days, you know. So at least if I do a little bit every day, I'm feeling good. And some days are better than others. You know, it is definitely rough to fight and overcome whatever mental setbacks I have and whatever is holding me back mentally. It is you know, it's rough always, but at the end of the day, you know, the point is doing it, getting it done, and focusing on getting that better and figuring out why I feel like the way I do and how to avoid feeling like this, you know, shit like that. So overall, you know, it's been a good first 2 weeks, I guess. You know, a little stressful. Yeah, backed up on bills, bitch. Because I motherfucking decided to go to New York last month, bitch. That shit motherfucking blew my. I should have went. Well, I went because, you know, I had to go see my new sibling. You know, I don't know if I even told you about that. So I was in New York, yeah, and I met my new sibling, and that's that. No, he's really cute. He's really adorable. I'm not gonna lie. I was very weary. What's the word? But I was very worried to meet him because not worried. I was just more so like when I found out I wasn't really the biggest fan of it, just because of the situation and with whom it's with, all that stuff. I'm like, we can go without this. You know, that's how I was feeling. And so like, you know, even till the moment I even got there, I was still like the child. I mean, I still call him the child because that's what he is. He's a child. Yeah, when I met him, I was like, oh my god, he's so cute, so adorable. Oh my god, I know he looked at me with his eyes open. I'm like, oh my god, I want a baby. So I'm like, you know what, whatever. At the end of the day, I gotta put my pride aside to at least love on my brother, or whatever. So it's like, whatever. Ew, not love on him like that. That's disgusting. Bitch, why are we talking about siblings? Real quick, just a quick side note. I don't know if y'all saw girl, Blueface and Krishan. I just overall, it just made me think like a lot about like how people really be bugging in relationships, you know, like putting like boyfriends, girlfriends over family and people and friends and loved ones. To me, that's wild. I could never be that type of bitch. Like, I just feel like, respectfully, like, I especially like pride wise, ego wise, like just everything, and morally, I feel like I'm never gonna be able to put a nigga over my family, you know, over my sisters, over my mother, over anybody. You disrespect them, nigga, you disrespected me, so we have a problem, you know. And I wouldn't expect, you know, the vice versa. Like, if I was to get disrespectful with my boyfriend's parent, family, or whatever, or loved ones or whatever, I wouldn't expect them to keep me around either. But, you know, I'm not the type of bitch. But if that was the case, because, you know, parents do be trying it, you know. So I mean, if it was the case that I was in a situation where like I was with the man and like his parents was just really nasty with me, then obviously we're gonna get into it. So at that point it's different, you feel me? At that point, you, in my opinion, your role, or the role of you, of being the person in the middle, the significant other, and the person with the attachments to these people, it's like your role should be to mediate and try to get things as calm as possible, you know, and understand from both sides, you know, because at the same time it's like, now, in some cases, I think family is 100% wrong, and in some cases, I think the significant other is 100% wrong. And in that case, you know, sometimes we all know we're adults, and we all understand that sometimes, you know, whether it's family, friends, or loved ones, whatever, you just have to cut people off sometimes of your life, whether you like to or not, because they just are fucking with blocking your blessings, or fucking with whatever you have going on. So, you know, in some cases, you might have to, you know, block out the family to be with your lover if the family is just really assholes. Like, if you're, let's say, you finally come out the closet with a boyfriend and you were DL all these years, and your family finding out, and now your family like, oh, that's not it, you know, coming at you this and really just making y'all both feel real uncomfortable and stuff. It's like, yeah, then at that point you remove yourself, because nigga, you don't find love. Don't sit here and waste love because your family want to be homophobic or whatever the type of shit that they into, you know. So to me, it's kind of like that. It kind of that's how I feel about with parents. So I just feel like, in my opinion, like, I feel like I'd be that parent that is like, if you cannot fuck with my kids, if my kids don't like you, I don't like you, because I feel like kids come first. You feel me? Like, I can understand, like, you know, sometimes, again, there's always different situations. Like, if a situation, like, you know, the father just walked, just example in this case, but like, if the father walked out or whatever, and now they missing their dad and stuff, and they you know, back and forth or whatever, but then now you got a boyfriend, he getting a girlfriend, so now it's weird transition. He don't like the boyfriend or the girlfriend because they both, you know, in those situations it's different. But I feel like yeah, like, you know, because you're put in those situations or whatever, like awkward situations, and you know, kids, they hold these grudges or feel some type of way, so it's like, what, you know. But I think in those cases it's different. But in the case that it's like, you know, the significant other is disrespectful to the kids, I feel like at that point you cut them the fuck off, because I know so many children, including myself. Well, not children because I'm not a child no more, but you know, I know so many people who've had dealt with that situation before with family and parents, like, you know, or siblings, whatever, like being put in a predicament where they had issues with their significant others, and you know, the family or the friend or whatever putting that significant over, you know, the people who are right and the people who should be respected, you know. And to me, I feel like it's just such a selfish act. Like, I just feel like, you know, if you want to be in toxic situations or around toxic people, keep that shit to yourself, bitch. Don't be bringing that shit over here, you feel me? Like, period. Because that's your partner. You like to bring that shit around other people and expect people to swallow that shit the fuck up and be like, okay, she loves you, I love you, he loves you, I love you, yeah, I'll suck it up and stick it out. No, the fuck I'm not. Because at the end of the day, I'm an adult and I get to choose and pick and choose and select who I want in my energy, who I want in my facility, in my space, in my aura. And if those people are negative energies, I don't give a fuck if you're my mother, my sister, my cousin, my uncle, my fucking best friend, if we were roommates, if I don't care what the case is, if they toxic, you don't want to get rid of them because one, for respect out of yourself and for your own good, but let alone my respect and my own good, baby. Sorry, but you gotta go. You and your toxic ass other gotta go, both of you. And that's how I see that, because I feel like a lot of people be really fucking it up, you know, thinking otherwise. I'm like, baby, don't be thinking that people gotta. I hate when people be like, oh yeah, ain't no, oh yeah, but no. If your boyfriend is nasty ass, if your girlfriend is a nasty ass, and they whole disrespectful, whatever the case may be, yes, I got the right to be like, no, I don't want to be around that. Don't get mad at people for saying that, cunties. Oh, I hate people. Anyways, back to what I was saying. What the fuck were we talking about? Oh yeah, so I went to New York. It was pretty cute. It was just really, really, really cold, girl. It was fucking freezing, and I'm like, oh, girl, it was freezing, bitch. I really couldn't. I went out like one day because I'm like, I don't really want to go out with these hoes specifically, honestly. So I was like, I'm just not gonna go out because. And then I go back and there's so much drama in the friend/acquaintance group. Like, nobody's talking to nobody. I'm like, oh girl, it's given. I was the glue of the group, bitch. Because when I was here, ain't nobody was beefing, having all these issues. But the bitch it's gone now. Not nobody fuck with anybody. Nobody fuck with anybody. And I'm like, okay, cool. Period. I mean, but people do grow apart, you know, and I think that's something. I mean, I've been aware of that. Like, people grow apart, you know. But I think for me, it's like it's kind of like I've been in situations where it's like, yeah, people grow apart, but it's like for weird reasons, you know. Like, it's like sometimes people just move funny when you grow apart. Because again, when I was back home and like they were telling me the situation and stuff, like a lot of it just seemed like, you know, people are just growing apart and finally noticing, you know, we ain't meant for each other as friends or whatever the case may be. And instead of going apart properly, they going apart shadily and want to be throwing subs and doing all that stuff. And you see, that's where I disagree at. That's where I see I don't put my 2 cents in, because at the end of the day, I don't live back there. So I'm not going to be putting on nobody's business or beef with nobody for nobody else, because I don't care. But at the same time, it's kind of like, girl, that shit is wild to me, because I hate when people do that. Like, don't take shit to social media, like, if it's not necessary. Like, to me, like, okay, back in the day when I was in high school and stuff, girl, when I be looking at my Facebook memories, I used to be in my Birkin. I used to talk mad shit, and I don't know how nobody ever popped in my mouth. But I used to say that back then too. I'm like, bitch, I talk so much shit and still nobody popping me, and what, you know. But that was back then when I was childish and stuff. And I felt like, you know, Facebook asks you, how are you feeling? Or what's your thoughts? What on your mind? I'm like, bitch, let me tell you what's on my mind. This bitch over here tried to, you know, and you fessed the hoe up. And that's what I was on. But then I got to a point where I'm like, you know what? Like, when I look back at that shit, I'm kind of like, not embarrassed, but I'm like, ew, who was this person? Like, because I'm that person. Like, I was always confrontational in the sense that, like, if I have to understand, I'm going to say it to you. And then I'll still put it on Facebook if I want to. And, you know, sometimes to this day, I still want to be putting some stuff, subs or whatever. Not subs, but kind of just like speaking my mind, and sometimes it will come off like subliminals or whatever, but it's like I just choose not to avoid situations, because it's like I don't got time for that negativity. So at that point, I just keep it to myself. But it's definitely like it just, I don't understand why people still do that. Like, especially when y'all have been friends for so long, or when y'all had a really cool friendship, really close friendship. Why the fuck are you gonna stop being cool with each other to then really talk shit and bash each other? I hate when people do that. Like, have that common respect, that common courtesy to just really have conversation with people, let them know how you feel. And then at that point, if y'all beefing after the other bitch ain't changing, what the fuck is tea? Then go ahead, fess the hoe up, rehub to filth. But the problem is, a lot of y'all too emotional, and y'all expect, you know, y'all to fall off with people for a second, or just like have a little break, and y'all could run and talk all the shit y'all want and post all the subliminals y'all want, and I expect people to still come back to you at the end of the day. And to me, I feel like that is very, one, selfish, two, that's stupid as fuck. Because bitch, if you want to talk shit about me after we was just had a little fall off, bitch, we're never gonna be cool again. Because fucking you is you're dragging me through the fucking dirt for, if we're still technically friends, bitch, you know. So that's how I feel. So when I was back, I was just like, wow, this is a lot of drama. There's a lot of shit going on, girl. The girls are girling. I was trying to mediate a little bit of things because I feel like some shit is so unnecessary and some shit is just so childish to me and just like so unnecessary drama and headache. And I feel like, you know, especially when people is always around each other and stuff, you know, at least for my well-being, my sake, I'm like, see, the last thing y'all gonna do, I don't live here, so the last thing y'all finna do is put me in y'all dramas, bitch. So if I'm in here, y'all finna all be cordial with each other. If we all in the same facility, or if I invite y'all to the same place, y'all finna be cordial. Y'all better start picking, choosing who not coming, who's yes, who's what, because I'm finna speak to everybody if I'm cool with them. Everybody I'm cool with, I'm speaking to. And if you got a problem, too fucking bad, bitch, you know. And the good thing is, I noticed that, like, not to my horn tip tail, but I noticed that, like, when these situations are like this, when like people I'm cool with like aren't really cool or whatever, at least for when I'm around and stuff, like people like most of the time either make up that day and stuff, or like just kiki again, or just play cordial. And I appreciate that, because it's like, bitch, at least y'all know that I don't got time for this shit, because usually we already know how I get down. Listen, for those who you hoes don't know, look, I'm the type of bitch that if I invite both of you, let's say I invite, because okay, like out here I have these two gay friends, right? And I invited them back in March. I had a birthday party last year, and I invited them both or whatever, you know. They met, and I guess like I believe they met one or twice before that, but like very briefly. It was never like a too long link or whatever. But so they met and stuff, and I guess like it was, I guess one felt like the other one didn't say hi to him and stuff, but the other one, okay, so this is the problem with one of them. And one of them, yeah, I've seen before, like one before, like on the channel, whatever. Like me and his relationship is different from others, because it's like we have that humor, that like we get each other's humor, that like we can say things like, oh yeah, you fucking bitch, you fucking whore slut, you come swallowing slut, you faggot. Like we come at each other, like, but that's just our banter. That's, you know, and we're loud with each other. We can handle that. We're very, like, he's sarcastic and I, you know, I can be sarcastic too, bitch. I bounce that shit back. So we bounce that shit back. So whenever we, you know, so to some people it's like, bitch, why y'all talking to each other like that? But we just really be kicking, having a good old time. You know, that's just us. Always cutting each other off, always talking, always whatever. That's just us, you know? So for me, I feel like, and I've told him this before, like I feel like a lot of the times, you know, his personality is so strong that a lot of people just can't handle it. A lot of people cannot accustom to it. A lot of people are not used to it, you know, especially like, see me, if I wasn't so open-minded, then I would have been used to it either, because see, I come from New York, and yeah, the gays over there who are gay are extremely gay, like, you know, like no matter what race, if they gay as fuck, unless they DL, you know. So it's like, at least the ones I've came across, and they always was drama and stuff. So I'm like, you know what, I don't really got time for that. When I moved over here, I became open to, like, you know, all type of, you know, just friendships and like connections, and like, you know, at the end of the day, because I'm still young and I have a long life to live, God willing, you know. And I feel like I have a lot of people I'm gonna meet, whether it's people I don't like, people I do like, people I click with, whatever, a lot of types of people. So, you know, for me, I tell him, I'm like, you know, a lot of people just not accustomed to that. A lot of people just aren't open-minded. A lot of people, you know, even though you don't mean to come from a shitty place, and a lot of times you're joking and just down for a good time, you know, a lot of people cannot handle that. A lot of people cannot handle jokes and cannot handle your type of energy. And, you know, you can't get mad at that. You just have to kind of just realize it, and kind of, like, it's different strokes for different folks, you know, and you kind of got to know how to take that, run with that, and be like, okay, well, I understand. And, you know, even though, yeah, you know, and don't change yourself, you know, obviously don't change yourself. And this is just in general for people, if you're ever in this situation, don't change yourself for nobody else, obviously, you know. But at the same time, it's like, you kind of have to know with who you can say certain things and who you can act certain ways with, you know. Because like with me, with some people, I know how to joke around. I know I can joke around deep shit and dark shit and stuff. Like we could joke around about shit up like death and stuff, you know. And then with some people, I know I can't joke around about shit like that, but I could joke around about shit like fucking swallowing dick and stuff. And some people I can't even say shit like that with, you know. So it's like, you kind of have to pick and choose. It's like in the modern world, you know, like when you're outside, you know, when you're at work, you know, I'm the same person whether I'm at work, whether I'm performing, whether no matter what. But at work, when I'm speaking with a client and I'm like, hey bitch, how you doing? How may I help you? Welcome. Or, you know, you got a blowout today, girl. No, I'm not talking like that to the girls. I mean, some of the clients I have good connections with, so I'd be like, yeah, girl, how you doing? Or, you know, just kick in with. But I'm still not calling the bitch, calling them out their name, because that's a work environment. But with my coworkers, I have the relationship with all of them. I could be like, bitch, hoe, girl, cunt, slut, you know. And you know, some things I wouldn't tell. I'm not gonna sit there and tell them about how I'm fucking. Oh, I just had sex like last night. I was, you know, I'm not gonna tell them that. But with my friends, you know, so it's like pick and choose your not battles in a sense, but pick and choose the way you speak with people and the way you have conversation with people. So point is, so I guess they just that day or whatever. So we hung out a couple times all together after that, you know, all went out to clubs and stuff. And I always noticed, like, you know, it was always kind of like weird at first, or some moments it'll be weird, but then at some point it just got like, once we got drunk and, you know, we were all having a good time, and it was us three, like literally, like I'd be in the front walking and these two would be in the back keying, having a good old time, laughing, joking, but they're talking to niggas, twerking and all that stuff. So I'm just like, you know, I thought everything was fine. And then it was recent, it was not recently, it was like at the end of August or September that we had went out, and we were in the back of an Uber, and we were speaking with the Uber driver because the Uber driver was talking to us, and one of the boys, he was just like real quiet, just looking at the other one, the one who does a lot. And I'm like, okay, like, you know, I read body language in people real good and low-key mind. So I was like, okay, I kind of could already tell how he feeling. But then by the end of the night, they were fine, kikiing. So I was just like, okay. But I just kept noticing that they were only fine kikiing at some point once they were drunk. You know, drunk enough to the point where it's like, okay, fuck it. You know, so I'm like, okay. So I asked one day, I'm like, hey, just out of curiosity, you know, I'm just curious. Like, do you like this nigga? Because it's given you don't like him. And he said, no. He said, no, I said, oh, damn, fuck. And I was like, shit. So I mean, at first, and okay, so what happened was when he said that, I was like, okay, you know, like that's fine. Like I kind of already read that energy or whatever. I just wanted to know because, you know, y'all are I always keep you, like, not keep you around each other, but when I go out with one and the other one wants to go out, just, you know, just link up. I think that, you know, 3 gays, all our powers unite, whatever. But obviously not everybody's for everybody. So I think, you know, I'll just keep y'all separated. I'm like, okay, girl, I can keep y'all apart. I can keep y'all separated. That's not a problem. Like, you know, I can keep it. Who the fuck? Why are these? I hear people fucking text me. Anyways, I'm just like, you know, I can keep it separate. I can keep that whatever. So that's you know, what was the plan? And I just didn't want to say nothing to the one who does a lot, because I'm okay. Let's give them nicknames. We're gonna give them what are we gonna give what are we gonna go? So the loudmouth we're gonna give Zoe from Elmo, just cause loudmouth. And then the other one, the one who's more southern, we gonna call him we gonna call him Kermit. So we gonna call Kermit and Zoe, right? So Zoe, so I didn't want to tell Zoe nothing, but Zoe kept asking, like, how is she? Like, you know, I haven't seen the bitch. How he doing? Whatever. Da da da. I'm like, oh, he fine, girl. He just real busy. Well, you know, we just real busy. We don't really have time to see each other, whatever. But you know, low key, I mean, we were busy. But I was like linking Kermit when I wasn't linking Zoe because it keeps them separate. And I didn't want to say nothing, but Zoe kept asking. Zoe kept asking. How about Kermit? How's Kermit? How's Kermit? I'm like, okay, girl. Look, you want to fucking he don't like you. He don't like you. I'm like, girl, he don't like you. And I don't want to say, like, I didn't want to say nothing because, you know, typically the old me would be like, okay, like, just let people know, look, this person don't like you, like, at least in my friend groups, you know, just because, like, I'm like, if y'all keep around each other, like, I don't need no unnecessary animosity. I don't need this person talking shit about this person to me thinking I'm middleman. Nah, I'm gonna try to know how y'all feel about each other. Not exactly how y'all feel, because that's y'all business as adults. I mean, you know, back then it wasn't adults, but now being adults is like, okay, y'all speak on your differences yourselves. I'm not getting into that. I'm not even saying nothing. But if it comes to a point where, like, you see how Zoe kept asking for Kermit, I'm like, you know what? Let me just fucking say it, because at this point she's gonna keep asking, and like, I just feel like, you know, at some point they're gonna come across each other and it's gonna be weird. So let me just say something. So, you know, I said something, but I just like, you know, she don't really like you, whatever. Not really the cup of tea or whatever. And I only said it because it was a day that I was going out with Zoe and Kermit was already over, and like Kermit was helping me get ready because I think I had a gig or something, so help me put on the course or whatever. So Zoe was leaving with me. So when Zoe comes, Kermit is still in the house. So we was only in the room, let us with each other for 5 minutes, and when I tell you that was the awkwardest 5 minutes I probably ever had. Bitch, like, these two bitches, we were in my tiny ass room at the time, and these motherfuckers literally did not, like, they said hi to each other mad nonchalantly and dryly, and that was 2 minutes after being into the same room with each other. I was like, what the fuck? So when Kermit left, Zoe felt the energy and she was just confused and like was just starting saying stuff. So I was like, you know what, let me just let the bitch know, you know. And from then on, I kept them apart and stuff. So, you know, what was the point of me talking about this? I don't even fucking know. My bad. I was getting my coochie. Oh, Period. Anyway. Anyways, girl. Sorry, that message caught me off guard. So yeah, yeah, my point of that was saying that I honestly don't remember. Oh, my point of that was saying, like, it's different strokes for different folks, and I feel like, I was able to like, not everybody's for everybody, and I'm just that person that I just feel like, even though not everybody's for everybody, I don't like to mix people who don't mix well. Like, I don't like to bring around certain people in certain energies and areas around each other, because I'm like, bitch, even though they're cool energy, good, not that they have beef or issues, just certain energies won't click with other energies. I'm not gonna bring a hood ass bitch from the Bronx around a fucking bougie ass bitch from fucking the Valley. I mean, because in some cases, rare cases, depending on the energy. I mean, I know some girls from the Valley and some girls from the Bronx that I know will click great together. There's a lot of them that I know will not click great at all, and it'll just be awkward because it's like, okay, these bitches either too much or these bitches too prissy, whatever. So for me, it's kind of like, you kind of just have to know how to deal with people, girl. You kind of have to know how to put people in different environments, and I don't know what the fuck was the purpose of all this, of me saying this. These people keep calling me bitch, and these phone calls keep distracting me. I'm sorry, y'all. Anyways, yes. Oh yeah, that was the point of me saying that. Was the point was talking about the people from back home. Yeah, the point is, I'm just that person. Like, I just feel like, everybody we're on the same facility. Let's talk it out. Like, what's tea? Like, I don't like to be in a group of people or a room of people and bitches got beef or unnecessary or unknown animosity. And that's one thing I hate, me personally. I feel like if you have a problem with me personally, you don't like me personally, I'm the type of person I want to know, because how are we gonna sit in the same room and I don't know you got a problem with me, I don't know you like me, I don't know what's the problem or why we don't like each other, you feel me? So like, yes, I want to talk about it, yes, I want to know what the fuck is tea. So I guess me just being like that for myself, that's why I be wanting everybody else to talk it out. And like, like I said, I'm not talking about like squash beef, because you could talk it out with somebody, but like, I don't like you because this and the third, and y'all never gotta be cool again. Fuck that bitch, fuck that nigga, never talk again. That's fine, as long as y'all understand what's tea. So I'm not put in a difficult position. I don't give a fuck. But if y'all niggas never see each other, and I'm inviting y'all to parties and one of y'all don't come because y'all know y'all don't like the other one, and y'all making it seem like it's beef, then at that point I'm like, okay, there's no point in saying anything, because it's like, okay, they're not gonna ever see each other, But yeah. So it was just weird going back and being in the middle of that. It just really noticing how much of a glue I am for people, because I feel like I play the glue a lot in a lot of friendships, relationships, family ships, everything. I feel like I play the glue a lot, which is fine, but it'll get tiring, because then it feels like, damn, bitch, am I Mother Teresa? Am I Miss Peacemaker? Am I Miss Captain Saferhold? Because I don't be feeling like that. I be feeling like sometimes I'm the shadiest bitch in the room. But see, that's the problem. The problem with girls, not girls, when I say girls, I mean everybody. But the problem with people is that this is the problem with shade. People don't know how to work shade, because people, there's a difference between being disrespectful, coming for somebody, being shady, or I'm the type of person, even though a lot of times I be feeling like I may be like the biggest asshole, because in some situations I am, to some people I am, and or just very closed off, or just very like, I hate people, a lot of people always tell me, oh my god, you're such a people person, you're so great with people, you're so funny, you're so entertaining, oh my god, you always put a smile on my face, I feel so comfortable around you, thank you. But like, bitch, how? Bitch, deep down inside, or in my head, I'm like, I hate these motherfuckers, or I'm sad, or I'm crying in my head, I'm like, I want to go home so I can cry, So for me, when people tell me these things, I'd be really confused for a second. I'd be like, what the fuck are you talking about, right? But I feel like what I noticed about myself is I'm able to know when to turn things on and off. Like, when it comes to shade, I know when to use shade. And like, when I step in a room full of drag queens in the back when we getting ready and stuff, I know how to step in and give some friendly like shade, where it's not like, oh, this bitch is coming for me, but it's like, that kiki shade. We having a kiki bitch. That's what the fuck we here for. I'm not gonna be no dressing room with a whole bunch of bitches just getting changed, duct tape, and seeing y'all titties, y'all pussies, y'all assholes, and we can't even motherfucking have a good kiki. You feel me? So for me, I'm like, it's all fun and games in the shade and stuff. That's at least how I know how to work it. Some people don't know how to work shade. They don't. Some people don't know how to work shade, period. And it's sad, because a lot of people feel like, when you be shady, it's coming off disrespectful. I'm so sorry, y'all, because these girls keep calling me this morning. I don't know why everybody want to call me this morning. Happy motherfucking Tuesday, bitch. Go get some tacos. Anyways, So back to what I was saying, the girls don't know how to use shade, you know, and that's like a lot of times people like. My thing is like, we live at a time everybody's just so sensitive with situations. And that's the problem. That's why I feel like it's hard for people to have good jokey things, and that's why a lot of people come off too strong, or come off too arrogant, or come off too shady, because we live in a time where everybody gets so. No, mama, you listen. You feel better now. You want to try to eat everything. Stop. Girl, I got these flowers and they fucking falling everywhere. I gotta pick them up when I'm done. But for me, it's like, everybody's just so sensitive. So it's like, that's why it's hard for people to really connect and really get to know people and really get to know people's humor. Because like I said, with me, like I could camouflage, and that's the good thing. I'm very happy about. Like, I'm able to adapt to different type of situations, scenarios, and group of people. You can put me in a group, in a room full of white people, and the white people gonna kiki with me. We're gonna have a good time because, bitch, I know how to kiki. I know how to have a good time, you know. And you put me in a room with fucking Hispanic people. We're Hicks, bitch. Not even Hispanic. Put me in a room with Hicks, bitch. We gonna have a good motherfucking time. Pásame la hookah, coño. You know? Put me in a motherfucking room full of motherfucking Jamaicans, bitch. We gonna have a good time because I'm throwing ass on every fucking Jamaican. You know, so for me, it's like, and even like, so, you know, social class, no matter what, you put me in a room with skinny people, fat people, I'm gonna have a good time. And I know how to, you know, adapt and connect with people differently on different levels, have different kind of conversations with people, because you just need to know how to read people in situations. And I feel like that's what people lack a lot. And that's why a lot of people have so much miscommunication. That's why people can't hold friendships and relationships, because people don't know how to communicate, you know? And that's real tea. Period. I said what I said. You know? But yeah, girl, I don't know. It's fucking wild. But yeah, I just what the fuck, Nyla, mama, what happened, mama? Are you feeling better, baby? Are you feeling better? Ooh, can you go eat something? Can you go eat some food and drink some water? You're feeling better, but you don't want to eat. You're gonna fucking starve. Shit. Anyways, yeah, oh my god, girl. So let me tell y'all. Yeah. So what did I tell y'all? Okay, I don't know if I caught up with y'all then. So I was talking to this boy in October. I think I did kind of just touch on this briefly, or I don't know, I can't remember. But long story short, I was talking to this boy for about 2 months or whatever, and, consistently, like every single day on the phone. Waste of fucking time. I found out first this man was lying about his age. He told me he was 27. That nigga was 35. Or 37 or something like that. Then I find out this nigga right after that, a couple days after that, he told me he got a baby that he don't even know it's his, because he got drama with the baby mama and all this stuff, and it was a one night stand. I'm like, okay, at this point it's giving too much. It's giving red flags. Then every time we only linked up twice, because every time we were supposed to link, it was always, I'm too busy, I'm too tired, I work 2 jobs. Nigga, you got fucking time. So this fucking time that you got hours to spend with me on the fucking phone, you have the time to pull up the fuck on me and you know, whatever. But that's just me. So yeah, so it was very that. And then what happened, a big red flag for me was the fact that when we were linking, he couldn't be without drinking. Even when we would be on the phone, like he would like be like, I'm drinking right now, but like when we would be together, he couldn't go without drinking. Like the second time we linked, like I deadass went in to kiss this nigga, and this nigga really pushed me the fuck away. And I said, hold the fuck on. He was like, I need to feel nice. I need something. I said, nigga, you need alcohol in you to kiss me? Nigga, these lips are from God. Everybody loves to kiss me. You don't want to kiss me? You're bugging. So I'm like, okay, cute. At this point, I know you have alcoholic problem. I kept telling him, you got an alcohol problem. You got to stop, because with me, I'm not fucking with no nigga who got alcohol problem, especially. Now, see, how he been 27, the actual age I thought he was, all the shit that he was doing, the inconsistency, the not being able to link, the not having his life together, the being a fucking mess, I would have been able to suck it up and deal with it, or accustomed to it, and be like, you know what, you could be like on the side or whatever, and keep fucking with him. Because I'm like, okay, you're 27. You know, you granted 27 is close to 30, but you still are in your 20s. You're figuring your shit out. At least you're doing something, you know. For you to be 30 fucking 5 or 7, whatever the fuck it was, and you're still a fucking mess to me, I'm like, baby, no, thank you. And then so I tried to, like, you know, really like I tried to be cool with him, like in the sense that, like, I was like, okay, maybe I could just be cool with him, you know, because the thing was that last time we linked, that really like started making me think, okay, you know what, like I was really turned off from him at that point. I was like, I'm kind of done. So when I got to that point was when we linked, and you know that happened, he didn't want to kiss and stuff. We had ordered food, and while I was on the phone trying to figure out what happened to the food, because somebody had picked up our motherfucking order and ran with it, bitch, that shit got me tight. I'm on the phone and this man over here kissing on my neck, like, you know, trying to fuck me, and I'm like, while I'm on the phone, and it's feeling good because I love a good neck kiss. What the fuck are you doing? I love a good Nyla, what are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? Come. You better not be. I don't know what you're doing right now, and why you better not be. I'm not playing with you. Anyway, so the fact that, you know, he wanted to do that, I'm like, my nigga, you don't even want to kiss me, but you trying to fuck. Like, I'm like, no. And I always tell boys, I'm like, look, I don't have a problem with having sex, like getting penetrated. However, I am super tight, so it's like, respect that, you know, if we're gonna be consistent, I'm down with that. And the fact that we were talking for 2 months, and, you know, I was down, but it's like, bro, we linked the first day we started talking, or the second day we started talking. We were talking 2 months. I didn't see you for a month and a half into us. That means for a month, for a fucking month and a half, it was excuses to why we couldn't link, and we were still talking. And I don't. There was point, like, at first I thought I was liking him, and then at some point moments I was like, you know what, he's just cool to talk to, whatever. And then when we linked up and that whole shit happened, I'm like, bro, at this point it's a dub, because I'm like, you're not about to sit here and waste my time, my energy, my all that, and try to fuck with my head. Like, you sitting here, you talking to me every day, you acting like a nigga, like you're my nigga, but you're not acting like my nigga. You feel me? Like, you're not acting like you want to be my nigga, but you acted. It was given, it wasn't given, and that was the problem. So for me, I was just like, okay, you know what, I'm really done with this shit. So I really tried to be a good person and put that stuff aside. I was like, you know what, I was gonna leave him in the new year and stuff, but he texted me, and I was like, you know what, let me just. He kept like trying to reach out on Instagram and stuff, like sending stuff or whatever. So I was like, you know what, let me just at least say Happy New Year, and you know, maybe we could be friends. You know, we could be friends. So I tried, and it's Happy New Year, we're fine. And then one day he had called me, and one of my main things with him was I hate people who are just so sappy and have so many excuses for shit. You know, like, why is it that every time we talk on the phone, you gotta tell me how, oh man, like literally the minute we got on the phone, it was, hi, how you doing, real quick. I said I'm good, and he instantly went into, I'm super stressed, man. I just started school and, you know, work, and it's a lot. Like, I'm not gonna have time for anything. I'm not gonna have time for nobody. I'm gonna have time just for myself for the rest of, you know, and I'm like, bro, you've been saying this since we met. You don't have time. My nigga, what the fuck are you really doing? And I'm not saying that nothing, because sometimes I be saying I don't have time, and I, you know, we don't be saying the shit I be doing, but that's because I'm working on it and stuff. And, you know, rightfully so, he could be doing the same thing. But my thing is like, no, nigga, you was wasting your time on the phone with me literally all the time, and you was not doing nothing. Nathan, baby, Nathan, bitch, Nathan. You was literally at motherfucking home playing video games and all that stuff, and just on the phone with me, or laying down on your fucking bed listening to music, watching videos. So you're telling me as a 30-something-year-old man with that you know. So for me, it was just like, when me and him got on the phone, and instantly he just started saying that, I was just so turned off, bro. Like, he said what he said, and I was like, yeah, well, I have a lot of shit to do, you know, so I gotta go. But yeah, we'll catch up later. And we haven't spoken since then. And I just feel like, you know, I didn't want to be that person, because I feel like, you know, when people are hurt, or when people, you could tell, just need somebody there for them, it's like, I kind of wanted to be that person in a sense. Like, I'm not saying I want to be people's counselor, I want to save people, because bitch, I'm not Captain Save-A-Ho again, but it's like, more really, it's like, when you see somebody hurt and stuff, it's like, I just want people to smile, I want people to feel good, I want people to feel inspired, I want people to keep pushing, you know. Like, even though I'm dealing with what I'm dealing with, I still want everybody to win, thrive, and prosper, and be successful. So it's like, you know, that I like to motivate people and be there for people when I have to be. So it's like that's what I be Nyla, what are you doing, baby? I'm sorry, guys, she's giving me a headache right now. She's sick, and I don't know what the fuck she's walking around doing. Anyways, so to me, it was just like very, like, yeah, I like to see that and stuff, but it's like, at some point, it's like, you know, I can't be around negative energy, in the sense that, like, I can't be around somebody who is literally a sap, like a fucking sad sap. Like, it's like, everything that comes out their mouth is sad, or negativity, or just like draining, and energy draining, and just like, oh, not this again, you know. And for me, it's like, I shouldn't have to feel like that with people that I'm talking with, or keeping around in my circle and stuff, or whatever. So it's like, you know, I mean, there's no bad blood with him and stuff, but it's like, you know, whatever happens. But that just kind of, it just made me think, because it kind of sucked, because I haven't really opened up to guys in a long time. Like, the last guy I think I opened up to was my best friend for a couple years. Like he was my, I think my second or third, because after my first like quote unquote love best friend, I had him, and then I had, so I had two more. So my third best friend after him or whatever, because the other two were very short termed. Or matter of fact, it was fourth, or I don't fucking remember, third or fourth. But this one was actually long, like it was like long years or whatever. It was like 3-4 years, and we're still cool sometimes. It's just very picky and choosy because, you know, toxic relationship, whatever the case may be. I don't care. Anyway, so point is, it's been a while for me to open up, and I wasn't opening up to him, but I was having conversation with him and stuff. And, you know, just even me opening up is like even me giving you my time and like having you on the phone with me for hours while I'm doing stuff or whatever the case may be. Like, to me, I feel like that's like, you know, you're hearing it and you know, kind of getting into my life in the sense that you know, we're on the phone, and if I'm doing stuff and you're hearing, it's like at that point, you know, that to me is like kind of invasive. So I feel like that was me kind of trying to put down my guard and trying to, like, you know, just be okay with letting guys in and just being okay with getting to know guys and having conversations with guys. And I genuinely tried with him. Like, I did try to, you know, like I said, at some point I did think I liked him. And my thing was, what sucked was, you know, a lot lately, I feel like, well, not so much now, because I feel like I'm now in a different type of emotional state, but I feel like, and I still feel like it though sometimes, like I feel like since I moved here, it's been super lonely in the sense that I haven't really had anybody to really like, I have people I have conversations with, and, you know, real conversations and stuff, but I haven't had nobody where I genuinely feel like I'm talking to them and they really understand me. They really care what I'm saying. They really are trying to advise me, or really trying to be there for me, you know. I haven't had that in years, I feel like, because I feel like when I speak to people, a lot of people just into one ear out the other. They don't really care or have anything to say, you know, because other people talk to me. I'm excuse me, I'm opinionated, but I also have things to say and valuable things to say. And, you know, if I don't, then I won't speak about it, because I won't speak on it. I'll just say, yeah, I don't, you know, I'll say something real quick because I won't speak about something I don't know about, you know. But if I have been through things that similar to what you're talking about, I'm going to give you some advice or whatever. So for me, it's like, I just haven't had that person. So even though me and him, you know, didn't, like, you know, but he would still listen, you know, and that's what it was. And for me, it was like, okay, I was kind of liking that. I was liking having someone around who was listening and stuff. So I was trying to be open to the thought of liking somebody. And after the whole situation just went down and how it went down, I'm like, you know what, at this point, it's like, see, this is why I am the way I am with people, is because, like, you know, no matter what, people are always going to be the same way, in the sense that, like, whether either they're toxic or either they're playing games or whatever. And it's like, I don't have time for that, you know. Like, if you're, especially if you're gonna be a guy in my life, you know, like trying to be more than just whatever, then it's like, I need more than just drama, and more than just, I need consistency. I need someone who is about their business, but also about me. You know, I need somebody who's gonna make time for me. Like, I feel like, yeah, we busy, I'm busy, you busy, we working jobs, we have school, whatever the case may be, have our own careers, whatever. But baby, it's 7 days a week. There's 4 weeks a month. I'm pretty sure at least once a week or twice every other week, at least, if we're on the level we're trying to get to know each other and we vibing and talking, at least we can see each other that much, you know. FaceTiming and fucking talking on the phone every day for a month until we see each other next time is not, to me, that's not what I want, you know. And that's not, to me, that's not real. If I want that, then I can fucking get me a man from New York and just fuck around with him and see him when I go to the city, you know. That's what it's like, nigga. If we're in the same city and we're literally 20 minutes from each other, you have a car, or even if I don't have a car, bitch, I can still Uber, or you could Uber me, or I could fucking, you know, we can figure it the fuck out, meet each other halfway, you come here, whatever. The point is, I just don't have time for non-inconsistency and shit like that. So for me, even though I felt like, okay, I felt like it was good for me because I was tapping into that side of, wow, like, you know, I was shocked because I'm like, okay, well, bitch, you are able to at least tap into some type of, even if it's thoughts or feelings, the fact that you even thought about it is like, wow, like, you can tap into it, you know. You said something that you haven't tapped into a while, and yeah, you want to tap into it, so you're easily swayed, but it's something that you very hold your pride on, and you're like, okay, very locked in and like bitch guarded. It's like the fact that I was able to, I was like really proud and happy for myself, just because of that, just because of growth, I guess. But then shit went down, and I kind of just got to the point where after that I was like, you know what, I'm just go back to being a hoe. Because at this point, it's like, I'm out here I'm looking for something that I'm not going to find. And it's like, then I'm not going to keep looking. Right. And then so, like, I'm talking to a guy now, sort of, kind of, but I don't know how I feel about him. Like now, and see that this is the problem that I feel like a lot of people don't understand. People don't understand how much they might affect people, even if it's small term. Because the fact that I was able to somewhat put my guard down for this one nigga who obviously turned out to not be shit and was a waste of time. Now I have a guy who, even though it's been very, very short that we've been talking, I have a guy who obviously seems genuine, has a good heart, and like is telling me he wants to, pursue something more, like, showing the actions of wanting to pursue something more and being around more, and like, and it feeling genuine. It's like, okay, so I'm getting what I basically want in a sense. But for some reason, something's still off. For some reason, I'm not in it. For some reason, I don't like him how he likes me. And for me, it's kind of like, that kind of puts me in a fucked up predicament, because it's like, okay, now part of me feels like, okay, maybe I should stop fucking around with this man, because what's gonna happen, he's gonna keep getting feelings. It's gonna get to a point where he overlikes me and I'm gonna just end up hurting him, and I don't want to do that. Or it's gonna be me forcing myself to talk to him and put those things aside, or I could genuinely just give him the chance and just see how things go. And that's what I want to do. I want to go with the vibe and see how things go. But it's kind of just like, the walls back up. The thought of feelings, like, see, when I started talking to the other guy, like, we linked that one day, and I was, when I tell you, bitch, and we barely had sex that day. It was barely anything. When I tell you I was on that nigga, when I tell you I was on that, we were on each other, bitch, like, it was serious. Like, like, talking every day, like, I genuinely like that nigga, like, for real. Like, I not genuinely, like, I liked him as a person, as but I did see myself having a little crush on him or whatever. So I'm like, okay, but now I have a guy where we linked up 3 times now and haven't had sex at all. And that's the first time I could ever say within the time I've been in the game that I have linked up with a guy more than once and have not had sex. The most I've linked up with a guy and have not had sex was probably once, and the second time we were having sex, and the first time we were still doing something. So and it's not, so a lot of times it will be because of them, and sometimes I got used to that at some point, that when I got to a point when I would link with a nigga, just like, what, bitch, I know what the fuck you want. I'm horny, so I know what I want, so might as well just get it the fuck over with, So for me, it's like, we haven't even done that. So, but the conversation's right, the energy's right, like, just everything feels genuine. But for some reason, I can't like him, and I'm just like closed off to that. So it's weird, because it's like, now I feel like this last guy kind of affected me in that sense, where like, I was putting my guard down, but now it's back up, because like, bitch, you see, every time you try, you get proved to as why you shouldn't. So that's why I'm kind of like, should I even like try with this nigga? Should I just like treat him like a same old simp and just on to the next? Listen, let me tell you something. I don't know about y'all, but it's definitely, I know it's tough out here to date, period, because a lot of people, especially when you somebody like me who don't tolerate toxicity, don't tolerate disrespect, don't tolerate a lot of shit, and is like kind of picky and high demand, if you're someone like me in that case, bitch, I know it's hard as fuck for us to date out here, girl. Because see, a lot of y'all, and I say people like me because a lot of y'all are okay with dating whoever and however and whatever. Because a lot of y'all are okay with being toxic relationships, or okay with being with guys who have drinking issues or girls who have drinking issues. Y'all okay with having the constant arguments. Y'all okay with not really seeing each other. Y'all okay with being a side hoe. Y'all okay. There's a lot of things y'all are okay with in this generation that I'm just not okay with. So that's why I do say the very few. Because I know there's a few people who think like me and don't want to be in those predicaments and don't want to be stealing people's men's, or don't want to be fucking around with nobody with a boyfriend, girlfriend, or don't got time for drama and all, all that stuff. So for me, this 5 girl, can these people stop texting, calling? What the fuck is up with today? Anyways, for me, it's just very like, I just feel like if you're like me, it's like, it's very, very hard, because it's like, not only do you have to navigate, not only do I have to navigate being gay, and especially being gay in Los Angeles, where these gays are used to what they used to. They used to either being twinkie ass bottoms who do gym runs and fucking jogs and hikes every day, or fucking brolic ass fucking beef heads who either top or bottom flip, and then you have the chill, more lean back, just looking for sex and fucking everything that walking, literally got community dick that beyond we ho fine as fuck, but it's like, oh shit, I see him all the time and he's with a new nigga every fucking time. No, So it's like, when living in a city like this where it is kind of, people have their type, and I have came across a lot of people who have been their type, and whatever. It just still accustoming to somewhere new, because we're back home, like every day it's somebody new throwing themselves at me, like, not saying it cockily, but every day is a new guy trying to get to know me, or every day is a new guy trying to fuck, or a new guy, new. So it was always fun. Here it's very like every so often that every 2 weeks, every 3 weeks that you're getting someone that's not, because I still get like the new guys and stuff every day, but it's like every 2 and 3 weeks where it's actually the ones where we actually are linking, or the ones that I actually am fucking around with, or whatever, so for me, it's like I feel like it's definitely rough when you're navigating that, and navigating being different, in the sense that like just my flow, my energy, my race, my color, my the way I talk, the way I act, the way even though to some people I may be built and may act a little more aggressive, so it seems more masculine, but I'm still very femme at the end of the day, so I'm a different kind of breed, and not only that, but not only like basic shit like that, but it's like things like, when you have to navigate a world where it's nothing but toxicity, and you don't want to be with toxic, when you don't want to be with less than, when you want to be with people who are trying to grow, when you don't want to be with an abuser, or someone who's cheater, or someone who you just met at the club, or just someone different, someone with the same type of mentality, that growth mentality, that real mature, like I relationship able mentality, like it is hard to navigate finding that. So props to you guys who are doing it, and props to you who are in healthy, good, stable relationships, friendships as well, because it's hard to find healthy, stable friendships and things that aren't toxic and aren't like like I have people out here that I'm cool with, and there's when a couple of them I see, like I said, I see myself being cool with them for a while, and a couple of them I don't see myself being cool with too long, and a couple of them is here and there, and a couple of them it's more often than others. And a couple of them, there's things that within time and growth in the relationships that we are growing and connecting or whatever, things have to be changed, like the constant, I hate when people just call me out of nowhere, like, and people, that's things I tell people off rip, but then they get too comfortable, and then I get to a point where let me just pick up, and then it's like, okay, now we got to get back to comfortable to texting me first. Hey, can I call you? Or if it ain't that important, text me, bitch. Don't call me to ask me what you doing, or call me to ask me bitch, you got milk, like shit like that, bitch. Text me those things, if it ain't calling me about something urgent, I don't want to talk, unless you want to really, we ain't see each other, we trying to catch up, we got some real tea. I don't want to hear about 2 seconds about how oh, I saw somebody get mugged, bitch. I want to hear about how you got mugged. If it's not about how you got mugged, text me, I don't care, and that's just me. So it's like, I feel like it's definitely hard to navigate, to find the people who are in your mental and on your level, in the same place, whether it's friends, relationships, all that. So I give props to you people who have held friendships for years, and have had relationships for years, and have had, but these positive, good, non-toxic relationships, because related friendships could be toxic too. So I just give props to all of y'all for that, like, for who are doing it, and for the ones who are in toxic relationships, and you're in long relationships or friendships, and they just bad for business, bitch. Don't give yourself no props, no pats on the shoulder, bitch, because I do not condone those things. Amen. Hallelujah. But yeah, honestly, I don't know what the fuck the point of this podcast was. I just wanted to do a little catching up with y'all, girl, because I did say we're gonna be coming out weekly and stuff, and like I said, this was kind of really sporadic. I did have a plan. What happened, mama? What happened? I did have like a planned. What? What are you trying to tell me? What do you want? What are you trying to tell me? I don't understand. What are you trying to say? Anyways, let me go tend to my daughter. Like I said, yes, I just wanted to post something to, just because, like I said, it was sporadic, but period. We had a good kiki. I hope you had a good kiki. Enjoy this. Like, comment, subscribe, like I always say. Make sure y'all tune into the Head Bitch Productions over on Spotify, Anchor, and as well as YouTube, where we are having weekly episodes of not only the Head Bitch podcast, but also the QLD podcast. And in a couple of weeks, you're about to see visuals back on both podcast. So we'll be back seeing my face here, and you'll be seeing me and Ashley's face over on the QOD podcast. in a couple weeks. So yeah, stay tuned, bitch. Like, comment, subscribe, like I said, and bitch, show some love and support, bitch. And comment if y'all if y'all got something to say, y'all could relate, if y'all want me to talk about something next time, if y'all want to be a guest, anything, whatever you want to say. If you want to say fuck you, fat bitch, you could comment that too. I don't give a damn. But yes, I hope you guys love this. I'll talk to you guys next time. Like I always say, HBSC signing out. I'm signing out.